We have G3, take two.
Take two.
And let's see if we have to go to G3, take three. But
Hopefully
G3,
not.
take two.
But, you know, we get to toast and have a sip every
Right
time
on.
we start a new take, so that works for me.
Wisdom, Women, and Wine. It's Wednesday at 4:30, coming to you from gorgeous Sonoma, our home, our backyard. And today we are at the Bennett Valley Cellars tasting room, which is right off the plaza near Enoteca and Della Santina, both of which we love as well. And there's a neat little sort of history right here on the board about Bennett Valley Cellars. And I think the neatest thing to point out on that board are there are men and women on that board. How awesome. Piper has a funny look on her face.
Trying to connect, but we're back.
Okay, right on. We're here again. We're dealing with connection issues, so thank you for bearing with us. We also have our children in the background. The first place we were thinking about having it, we couldn't. The second place when it was closed. So real life happens every day, in and out for us.
We're flexible. There's lots of good tasting room options.
And it's really hot. It's like one of those days that you're like, did we really have to go anywhere and do anything and be productive? But nonetheless, we're really happy to be here. And what we want to plant the seed about is our event next week, which is showing a documentary called 50/50, made by a Bay Area filmmaker, Tiffany Schlain, that is basically about the issue of equality. And needless to say, that's a hot button. And it's been a hot button for, what, 200 years?
Yeah. Sorry,
Basically.
I'm trying to join the live at this
Oh,
point.
right on.
I am listening.
No
to
worries.
I'm just trying to listen.
I can talk to myself. I talk to myself. That's my kids. I talk to myself all the time. Nobody listens to me at home, so why listen to me at work? But seriously, the issue of equality is one that whether you want to engage in it or whether you want to think that there's concerns or issues around it, it's a hot topic for a lot of people, and it has been for decades and centuries, and it just is what it is. And we are very fortunate to partner with Mackenzie and Tiffany and show this documentary next week, Wednesday, at the Community Center, which is right down the street. We would love to have you join us. Tickets are on sale. And we will have Nick from Transcendence, Nick from Hannah, he does a lot of things other than just Transcendence, engage in the conversation with us, as well as a few other women, and really have a conversation around the topic of equality after we see their documentary. How many places do you think internationally are showing that documentary all on the same day?
Well, I know the answer to that.
Okay.
So it's not fair. But
Can you believe it?
no, like, was it 9,000? 9,000 places all over the globe. They're going to share this film at this same day. And we have a chance to participate and be part of that. And you have a chance too. So it's not just the video, it's the video and the discussion, which I think is going to be really rich and fun. And I think we're all going to learn something.
And we have the ability to stream live with other places that are showing it internationally and learn from the places that showed it before us because of the time change. Australia and New Zealand will be showing it, a good 18, 20 hours before we will be, and learning from what has unfolded from the conversation around equality. The film is called 50/50. The topic is equality. They're actually titling the day Equality Day. So we have some interesting sort of facts and statistics, as well as what I think is Melissa's beautiful perspective, which the minute you said it yesterday made complete sense to me, and that is that it's not necessarily about gender inequality.
Yes.
It's about
Human equality, right? So a lot of times people talk about women's rights. What are women's rights? Well, women's rights are the economy. Women's rights are national security. Women's rights are women's issues, rather, are all of the issues that are important to us as a global community or as a national community. Not
regardless
just,
of your gender.
regardless of your gender.
And
right. 'Cause
really,
I care
truly-
about jobs and I care about safety.
And we care about public
We
education.
care about education a lot.
So it's really not about gender, and nor is it about race. It's about equality for humans.
Yeah, and it's not about politics either, unless that's your jam, and then go get
That's
it.
a whole
But,
different story.
so
And that's
really
not
it's-
G3's jam at
No.
all. We just want people to
Yes.
thrive and strive and gather and grow and go and make ripple effects to create a better world for ourselves, for our children, regardless of where they live,
Exactly.
regardless of what color they wear, regardless of which sexuality orientation they attach to, regardless
Exactly.
of what job they have. Okay, so now let's go to your passion point, which I love.
Okay, so when we were talking about this yesterday, we were trying to think of kind of what would be the topic, what would we call it? And I immediately thought of what's a woman's place? And for the same reasons we just talked about, because a woman's place is ultimately where your passion is, right? A woman's place could be a boss lady. A woman's place could be a stay-at-home mom, you know, domestic goddess rocking that gig. A woman's place could be politics. A woman's place could be vineyards.
Oh my gosh, winemaking! Like this beautiful board over here.
Winemaking. So a woman's place is where your passion is, and I think that got me really thinking about, you know, what are our passions, and are we living into them, right? Because I think finding your place can be tricky, and it boils down to me to a few more simple things. So for me, the formula is figuring out what are you passionate about and what are you good at. So what are the things that you really care about, the things that stir your heart, and then what are the things that you're skilled at, the things that you're really good at. And by the way, it's okay to say, I'm good at this, right? For some reason we
own it.
Yeah, for some reason we're taught that that's being arrogant.
Or give somebody else the credit.
Yeah,
or,
yeah, but
you know.
it's not only okay, but it's really important to know what you're good at and to really think about it. And if that's hard for you, then talk to someone, talk to your friend, and say, hey, you know, what do you think I'm good at? And
What do
have
you
that
see in me?
conversation. And
Tell
it's
them.
pretty cool to tell them.
Tell them.
Also.
But I love that. I
But
love
finding
the
out
passion.
figuring out what your passions are, and then figuring out what your skills are
Yep.
always going to equal your purpose.
And no matter what, the more people we have on this planet, the more people you have in your life that are attaching to their purpose and doing the work of unfolding what that purpose and what that passion is, and it's baby steps. No matter what, the more of those people we have on this planet, the better off we are all going to be.
Absolutely.
So to encourage each other to do the work and to encourage each other to be patient, right?
Oh,
What
yeah.
were we talking about here?
Yeah.
So women won the vote in 1919 to vote. When did women's suffrage start? In 1840.
That's a long
That's
time.
a long time.
That's
Now
a
in
long time.
1840, were they striving for the right to vote? I don't know, probably not. But I can tell you in the 1840s, one of my daughters just did a project about this at school, which is so neat to see a 13-year-old learning about the history, about how women have evolved. 1840, that's like, we have a hard time now with some issues. Can you imagine back then? So that's what, 60, almost 70, 80 years from the start of the 1840s to
Yeah,
1919.
years, right.
So patience needs to
Yes.
come not only with ourselves, but with these bigger issues. And that whole lift as you climb, stronger together, is
and
really
80 years, that was a handoff from one generation to another. So I
That
think
too.
that's something important too, to involve our children in our passions and our callings and
and plant those seeds, water
Yeah.
them, feed
help
them.
them figure out their passions
Exactly.
and callings early.
And whether you like it or not, now is a really, really poignant time to have these larger conversations around these topics so that we at least don't go backwards. You know, it's one thing to stay in place and be patient and find the tools to attempt to grow stronger and see both sides and then eventually move forward, but we cannot afford to step backwards at this point. So,
Monday Sparkles says, cheers to that.
yay!
Yes, cheers to that. We'll
Cheers. We will
specifically
definitely cheers to that. And this beautiful, yummy,
Yes,
thank you
this is
so
the-
much,
this is
Bennett.
the Sonoma
Yeah.
all local Sonoma estate grown grapes.
How lucky
and
are
it's
we?
really delicious, and it's cold, which is even better because
It's
We're
so
gonna
hot
take
out. But this topic is, I think there's never been a better time for men, women, children, everybody to have this conversation. I'm really looking forward to seeing their 20-minute documentary next week and figuring out, you know, what can we do differently? You know, why are we in this place where it's continuing to be such a hot topic and such an issue? So let's group together. Come join us next Wednesday at the community center at 6:30. A glass of wine and a ticket, $20. We will not only show the documentary, stream live with other places internationally that are showing the film as well, but we will have a larger conversation with some folks from the community that are passionate about the topic and engage in what will hopefully be something we all walk away with a greater knowledge, A, around the topic, and B, the tools to follow our hearts, let our passions unfold, and grow stronger in our standing and how we're showing up in the world, and therefore help everybody else do the same thing.
sounds good to me.
Right on?
All right, so come
Okay.
join us.
Thank you,
All right.
G3 Wisdom Women in Wine.